If you call your attention to page 5 in the handout, you'll find some very familiar lyrics. In 1918, while serving in the United States Army at Camp Upton during World War I, Irving Berlin composed the words for God Bless America and the melody for God Bless America originally as part of his military review, Yip Yip Ya Fank. And it was deemed to be perhaps too serious for that, so they left it out of the review. But he sang it for his fellow soldiers, and it grew and grew and grew. And interestingly enough, on November 10th, 1938, when Kate Smith sang it, eerily close to the familiar dates of Kristallnacht, the added extemporaneous verse was there, so we leave it there in quotations. And our founding fathers envisioned a country where we could have the freedom to sing and worship as intended, as our religion dictates. And so in that spirit, this is the most out-of-pocket patriotic part of our service for Shabbat, and then we will pray as we normally intend, with all of the spirit and ruach that we can muster. So let us join together in this wonderful tribute to our country. While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair, as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Shabbat Shalom. It is a joy to welcome congregants and friends and guests here to the sanctuary as well as online as we join together to celebrate Shabbat on the eve of this 250th celebration for our nation. We welcome to our Bima Karen Wisnia, who, representing our Board of Advisors, is here in partnership. And usually we say no food or drink in the sanctuary, but today it is all water all the time. So we welcome you to hydrate all day and all night. We want everyone to be safe. Let's please take a moment to be sure we are among community. Please take a moment to introduce yourself in the comments online or in the sanctuary, to turn around or walk around and find someone new to greet.
We already did that. Okay. Did you live up in New York when you were playing up there?
No, I just did. I did one short off-Broadway show, and it was like 2.5 weeks. There's a chance it would get extended and renewed from the first
Yeah.
one, so I don't know.
Yeah.
So I commuted each day.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
they put us up on the weekends, but it's like
Yeah, I get
every
it.
day I was taking the bus up and down with
Were
the
you-
tux. You know.
You're playing set? You're able to leave everything, right?
Yes.
All right, that's
the
good.
part. Yeah.
Yeah, dragging all that stuff's a pain in the city, man.
I feel like a lot of clubs do have house drums though in the
Yeah.
city. But if you're on a show, I mean, you got to bring your
If you're on a
drums
show,
there.
yeah. I mean, when I was young, like in my 20s, I had some friends that had a funk band, and I got into it, and it was fun. We were playing in the Village all the time, like all those rock and roll clubs on Bleecker Street. I made no money at all.
Yeah, right.
But I cut my teeth, and I got a lot of good experience. You couldn't pay me enough to do that now.
Yeah, right.
Like now, New York now with this congestion pricing and all of that. Not to mention the fact, like I've seen the city do a total 360 in the last 15 years, where it never used to be as dirty as it is now. You just see things out on the street like you wouldn't see, like walking around the avenues. Like it was cool. Now you see a lot more homeless people than you used to. You know, it's kind of sad. And some of those clubs on Bleecker Street are closed up now. They can't afford the rent.
As we return to our seats and open our prayer books to page 2, we welcome Jordan Marks to kindle our Shabbat lights.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Our Shabbat Kiddush is on page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava u'v'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת לחיים.
You may remember that on Rabbi Friedman's Talit, Rabbi Friedman is at our beloved URJ Camp Harlem with a lot of our campers. On Rabbi Friedman's Talit, his chosen text is from Pirkei Avot, the text, I am not required to complete the task, nor am I permitted not to try. Lo alecha hamlecha ligmor. And Rabbi Friedman and I like to joke together when one of us has the privilege of speaking at a public event, and Governor Shapiro is also speaking at that event. We know, as much as we like that text, and it's often appropriate, we never use it because we know it is Governor Shapiro's favorite text, and we don't want to steal his material. So it's one of the sweet things in having a Jewish governor of our state. So this morning, I got to participate at the National Constitution Center Liberty Medal ceremony honoring the Pope and got to speak at this event that Governor Shapiro was also speaking at. And at the end, I chatted with him and said, you know, I did not take your quote. I know it's your favorite, and sure enough, he did teach that quote today, and I said, you know, we would never take your material, and good Shabbos, Governor. So it's very sweet, very sweet. And he said, you know, isn't it perfect? Isn't it exactly what our declaration calls upon us to do the work, to not excuse ourselves from the work, even if we know we can never complete the task. And so this Shabbat, on the eve of the 250th, let us reflect on all that we are called to do, our purpose in this world, and how we might find that in the mitzvot of our lives. We turn in our prayer books to page 10 and sing together, Hine Ma Tov, how good it is to be together.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
With the joy of the potential for freedom for all, we welcome the Shabbat Bride, pages 20 and 21, with Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi, לקראת כלה, בני שבת. נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ולתחילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך ומאורי, אורי אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
If you are comfortable, please rise to welcome Shabbat.
בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
Turning to page 28, we continue with our call to worship.
Lai 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 la lai lai la lai 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 la lai lai la lai 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 Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed Lai 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 lai.
Page 31. Together. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night as heaven spans to infinity. You set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows.
Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim.
Page 33. Together, as you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Page 36. Please be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך, בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך, ובקומך. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך. וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Page 39. At the middle of the page, we read responsively, in a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
Page 40.
Lai 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 lai. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha netar b'kodesh, Torah tehilot oseh pele, Torah tehilot oseh pele. Malchutecha ra'u banecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze'ilianu ve'amru, Ze'ilianu ve'amru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai imloch le'olam לעם ועד.
A thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat arrives in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night. Eternity utters a day. Page 46 and following, please rise for the Amidah.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekanei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer, Umoshia Umagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor leolam Adonai, Mechaye hakol, Atah Rav lehoshia, Morid hatal, Mechalkel chaim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofe cholim, Umatir asurim, Umkayem emunato, Lishene afar, Micha mocha baal gevurot, Umido melach, Melech mimit, Umchaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh, v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehallelujah Selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. Turning to page 61, let us join together in our blessing for peace. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, Havarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. We take these moments for silent prayer.
Yiyu liratzon imrefi. Yiyu liratzon imrefi. והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי וגואלי. Oh, may the words of my mouth, the meditations of my heart be acceptable before you. Adonai, my rock, my redeemer. עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן.
In a moment, we will be on the middle of page 253 for a prayer for healing. The 17th of the Hebrew month of Tammuz fell this week. It is the day when the Jewish world, among other things, marks the anniversary of the tablets of the Torah being shattered at Mount Sinai. And after they are shattered, those broken tablets of the Torah would lead to more Torah and to healing. Part of our people's story is the brokenness of Torah that precedes its wholeness. Part of our story is brokenness that can lead to something of wholeness, something of healing. If you have a loved one in need of healing, mind, body, or spirit, please add that name to the comments online or speak it aloud now.
מי שברך אבותינו מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. מי שברך אמותינו מקור הברכה לאבותינו. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We turn our thoughts to those blessings, those simchas, special occasions in our lives worthy of gratitude. As we reflect on this day, on this week, if you have a simcha, a happy occasion to share, please do feel free to go ahead and call it out. Is anyone having a simcha? What are you having? Wonderful, wonderful. That's worth a shehechianu. Yes, beautiful. I know. It's, the air conditioning is clearly on, and clearly it could be a little more robust. So, yeah, so we will have gratitude. Good. What else? There was another hand. What else? You're thrilled that England and Team USA are still in the World Cup. I will add that I'm thrilled that Philly has been doing a pretty good job as hosts, don't you think? This has been fun and energetic and well-behaved. Yeah. I don't mean to jinx anything, but yes. What else? Dave?
Well, I had some damage at the house, and on Thursday, they put a new roof on.
Oh, I'm getting a new roof too. All right. Here's to good shelter. Anyone else? What else?
My parents are visiting me from Vancouver for the first time since I moved to Philly.
Oh, big trip. Oh, it's probably really nice there this week, huh? Yeah. Welcome to Philadelphia. Glad you're here. Glad you're here celebrating Shabbat with us together. All right. For all of those blessings, the blessing of 250 years that we will continue to try to expand on in this democracy, the blessing of joining together for Shabbat. We're on page 344 for the Shehechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehecheyanu v'kiyimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehecheyanu v'kiyimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom. When in our Introduction to Judaism course, I teach our students who are new to Judaism all about our traditional life cycle moments, I ask them to list some life cycle transition moments in American life. You can guess what they list. What do you think? Birth, yes. What else? Driver's license, yes. What else? What's that? Voting. Alcohol. It's true. I'll add graduation. And then we list the life cycle transition moments, nodal moments in Jewish life. Brit, right? The covenant ceremony for a baby. B'nai mitzvah. And I ask them to characterize each list because the American list celebrates something very different from the Jewish list. The American list of milestones celebrates independence. The Jewish list celebrates covenant. Today, on the 250th, we are surrounded by concerts and fireworks and ceremonies, not to mention traffic and street closures, all celebrating independence. Our Declaration of Independence is a freedom document representing independence from tyranny. And leaders within and beyond the Jewish community are taking this opportunity to step back and ask, has our independence from tyranny also led to independence from each other? American culture often emphasizes rugged individualism. You've heard the saying, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, yes, as a way to urge responsibility for ourselves and reliance on no one else? Well, I recently learned from Rabbi Josh Fagelson that the bootstrap myth originated as a way to illustrate the exact opposite. Think about it. If it weren't such a hot day and you were wearing boots, would you be able to pull yourself up by your bootstraps? Grab your shoes, try it. It doesn't work. As Rabbi Fagelson says, it's meshuggah. The expression meant, of course we cannot do everything ourselves without help. It would be like trying to stand up while you're trying to pull on your shoe. None of us can do this life alone. That would be meshuggah. But at some point, the irony of the expression was lost, and it's been misused ever since. Yet we know that is no way to live. So even as we celebrate the 250th, I am intrigued by those who are taking a fresh look at independence in our culture. Professor Jeremy David Engels is doing such work, taking a look at the Declaration of Independence, which is 1,337 words long. Professor Engels has created a Declaration of Interdependence, also using 1,337 words, teaching us to understand democracy cannot only be about entitlements. Democracy is about how we live together. For me, his Declaration of Interdependence echoes aspects of Torah. Jewish tradition has such wisdom to contribute to this work. For in Jewish life, our focus is on mitzvot, responsibilities. Or, as Rabbi Fagelson puts it, democracy, like mitzvot, is about giving and receiving in mutual relationship, covenant. Consider the passage from our ancient legal text of the Mishnah, the sages assigned to be recited in the daily morning service, known as Elu Devarim. With Elu Devarim, meaning these are the things, we begin each day by reviewing our responsibilities to the community. It reads, "These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. And the study of Torah encompasses them all and leads to them all." In the text, we hear the mitzvot. We hear the responsibilities. We hear what we need to do in order to strengthen the covenant of community. Tradition guides us to begin each day in interdependence. We do not surrender our freedom, our rights, our individuality, but we determine that our freedom is not without purpose, and our individuality is within the covenant of community. Our individuality is not individualism. With purpose and with communal responsibility, within the congregation, we bring to life the interdependence of mitzvot. With purpose and with communal responsibility, also beyond the congregation, we are part of a network of interdependence as well. For part of a religious community's unique interdependent role is solidarity. Multi-faith solidarity was the essence of my message today at the National Constitution Center at the ceremony celebrating the 250th and presenting the Pope with the Liberty Medal. Along with several other faith leaders, I was invited to share words about religious liberty, before the Pope broadcasted shared his message. Indeed, this morning I got closer to the Pope, at least digitally, than I ever expected. I was uplifted by other clergy messages, from a reverend's words about stewardship and from an imam's words about the 250th as a time of both celebration and examination. And not surprising, I was challenged during part of the Pope's beautiful message. I understood implicitly that attending on the dais meant applauding no matter what was spoken, even when my own capacity for connecting across lines of difference stretched me when the Pope spoke of life beginning at conception. Of course, I know and knew there are important issues of disagreement. I'd hoped he would have sticked to the common ground areas, and he mostly did. We do our best to remain at the table, even when it's messy. And I think tzedakah, a donation to an organization that advocates for abortion rights, will be a good next step for me. In any case, I believe the good far outweighed the bad in bringing Rodef Shalom values to the public square. Here are the words I shared at the National Constitution Center this morning. How powerful to be present with you right here at the location that bears witness to two different truths of George Washington, two different truths of our nation. Just west, George Washington's home, where he enslaved human beings. Just east, the museum that houses Washington's letter to the Jewish community. In 1790, when members of the Jewish community wrote to Washington seeking reassurances about their safety in the new republic, the president responded with words of religious liberty, words that I pray are meant for all people, in his promise that the United States would give, quote, to bigotry no sanction, to persecution no assistance, and that all who lived under its government would sit in safety beneath their own vine and fig tree, with none to make them afraid. A bold vision, still yet unfulfilled. To stand here together hauntingly demonstrates the complexity of democracy and the imperative to protect each other, to do the work of multi-faith solidarity. In our own time, when Jews and other religious minorities and vulnerable identities face hatred, suspicion, and violence, we are all called to respond. And so many have stood with my community over the years. The ancient words of Jewish tradition teach the first person was created alone for the sake of peace among people, so that no one could say to another, my ancestor was greater than yours. Today, I pray for a renewed coalition in our city and throughout our nation for the sake of peace among people, that we might build on the moments of the past when we have stood together, that we might meet every hateful attack with courageous solidarity, and that we might commit to the kind of work that will keep us all safe, valued, and never alone. Holy One of blessing, may we who call God many different names, and those who do not call to God at all, proudly express our differences in this diverse nation, devote ourselves to understanding and protecting our neighbors, and may we see the divine in the eyes of every human being. For the sake of peace among people, may we strive for the day when, in the words of our prophet Micah, we may sit in safety beneath our own vine and fig tree, that none shall make us afraid. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. We continue in our prayer books, turning to page 282 and then 287 for Aleinu. Please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגובהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. These words from Chana Senesh. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light, long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. This week, our congregation observes Yahrzeit for the following people on whose shoulders we stand: Samuel Aaron, Nathan Aronson, Fred S. Bandler, Gustav Bauer, Esther Baum, Harold Bursoff, Casey Elliott Bird, Norman Caney, Jessica Jennifer Cohen, Jean Rosenberg Cohen, Hyman Cole, Zali Daniel, Joseph S. Ersner, Henry J. Edelson, Louis A. Feeder, Israel C. Feldman, Edith Fink, Myron Fishman, Jean Friedman, Emmanuel Gans, Pauline Miller Goldenberg, Leo Greenberg, Rita Grum, Martin Grupp, Frederick Hart, Benjamin Israel, Harold Joseph, Richard J. Cates, Carrie Pollock Katzenberg, Connie Kay, Daniel T. Kemple, Jack Kessler, Abraham Kirschbaum, Robert William Cohn, Beulah W. Cohn, Samuel Crace, Ruth Kurz, Ida Langstatter, Mildred Summer Leipziger, Lainey Leitzel, Jacob Levinton, David Levy, Adeline Levy, Leo Lipkin, William Lowenberg, Oscar David Mann, Marks S. Mayer, Della Stern Myers, Isidore Moskowitz, Harry M. Nathan, Helen Netter, Rebecca E. Netter, Robert Paul, Robert Rhodes Rice, Mary Rosen, Albert C. Rosenberg, Louis S. Rosenthal, Harry Michael Selesky, William Schwartzman, Helen O. Sellers, Cyril Scherer, Herbert Silverman, Nathan M. Smuckler, Kathleen Spiegel, Jacob W. Stein, Pauline Stern, Rose W. Strauss, Florence Gersley Sunstein, Manuel Tannenholtz, Louisa Teller, Nathan Stanley Vogel, Elise Weintraub, Herman Weinstein, Leonard E. Weiss, Henry Weiss, Marcia Walensky, Arnold Willis, Minna Isakoff Wilson, Marika Wolf, Ruth Winheld, Minnie L. Wolf, Louis Wolf, Simon Wolf. We add the names of those who've been taken from our midst, but not from our hearts, in these most recent days, for whom we observe Shloshim. Patsy Hunter, Adele Kaler, Patricia Marie Sewell, Debbie E. Scher, Stephen Shepard, Muriel Snyder, and this week our congregation will bury Daya Malin. And if you are observing Yartzeit or Shloshim for a loved one whose name was not called, please feel free to add it to the comments online or speak it aloud now. Together we honor their memories as, turning to page 294, we rise for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah Be'alma Divrach Chirutei v'yamlich Malchutei B'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael B'gadla u'bizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mebarach Le'alam Olmei Olmaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei d'kudashah Barechu La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata Zamiran be'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim alenu v'okol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'imrumav hu ya'aseh shalom alenu v'okol Yisrael v'imru Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring comfort to the bereaved and peace to each of you. And together we say, Amen.
Ose shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru Amen.
I'm so pleased to welcome forward Karen Wisnia.
Shabbat Shalom. Calling all those who can chant Torah for the High Holy Days, we have a need for readers at all of our morning services, as well as the afternoon of Yom Kippur and the Friday evening we are celebrating Simchat Torah as a community. Contact Cantor Hyman to volunteer to read and see your program for more information. On Wednesday, July 8th, join our Protect Our Vote training session on Zoom to ensure that every eligible voter has a say in the decisions that impact our lives, so we can together create a safer and better future for ourselves and our communities. See your program for more information. If you are new to Rodef Shalom, a special welcome to you. Please see Ellen Poster, Board of Advisors member, who is waving at the back of the sanctuary, to learn more information following this service.
Thank you. Waving, wearing the beautiful Rodef Shalom Pride t-shirt. We have Pride all year long, even though it's July, right? The prophet Isaiah taught, "Widen the place of your tents, stretch forth the curtains, lengthen the cords, and strengthen the stakes," never forgetting all of those who exist on the margins, who seek a place and a voice in the tent. This Shabbat, we celebrate democracy and we commit to fulfilling its vision.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai panav eilecha v'chuneka Yisa Adonai panav eilecha v'yasem lecha shalom Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה. יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום. יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless us and keep us.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה.
May the light of God's Spirit shine upon us and through us.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
May God's presence be with us and bring us peace. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.